Hello, I'm jumping on here to do a winter houseplant tour in my office, and I want to do this before spring and summer because my plants are kind of dormant right now. So hopefully in spring they'll start to sprout new leaves, and things will be looking much different during that time. So let's go ahead and start the tour. I'm going to start here at this table. This table I actually found on the curb that someone was moving, and they put all kind of stuff out. So I went and grabbed that. That was a few years ago though. But I'm going to start right here with my Fiddle Leaf. I ordered this from Hertz back in October. It was much smaller than this when it arrived, and I was kind of upset because they had a picture with the fiddle leaf that looked more like my fiddle leaf down here, and then this arrived. So I did reach out to them, and you know, the plant was healthy, so there wasn't much that they could do for me. And I will say that this plant has been growing since I've gotten probably 3 or 4 new leaves since I've purchased it. The only thing though is that the leaves are opening with holes, so I don't know exactly what the issue is, you know, with the holes here on my new leaves. So all the new leaves have little holes on them. There's one back there. I was thinking about taking it farther away from the window, but I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna wait, you know, to start moving it around because it is winter here, and I don't want to do a ton and take away from the light that it is getting currently. So that's my little baby fiddle leaf. The next plant on this shelf is a Calathea. I'm not exactly sure what kind it is. I haven't got the chance to really do the research quite yet, but I got this probably last week. I don't remember what day because I did another haul from Lowe's clearance, but this one was actually, I haven't yet taken it out of this pot yet, but it was, where's the tag? It was regular price, but it was so wilty that I asked the Lowe's, you know, plant guy, you know, if he could do anything, if he could lower the price for me, because it, you know, it kind of looked like it was on the way out. It was extremely dry, and you guys kind of know those Home Depot, Lowe's type of places. They're not really there to give the plants the best care. I guess their intentions are, you know, these plants are going to get sold quickly and we don't have to do much but give them a little bit of water here and there. So, and that's exactly what happened with this plant. You know, and honestly, I don't even know if he was watered at his time there because he was so dry and he was so wilty. And I'm still trying to get him, you know, perked all the way up. But we're working on him. We'll see. I've got him just sitting in this pink pot here. I need to get some new pots because I think he needs a size up. So I need to get back in the store and look for some pots on sale, or go to the thrift store and see if I can snag some for super cheap. But anyways, he was $3. He's a Calathea. He likes high humidity, moist soil. And the next is my Croton, and I got this plant on sale from Kroger. He was actually, I believe he was $2, and I got another plant that I gave away that was also $2. I'm forgetting the name of it. Oh, actually it was a bromeliad, and it was a huge one. $2 from Kroger. So I snagged these two. He's looking much better now. He's actually really pretty. He's perked up a lot. He has actually grown new leaves. I don't think he realizes that it's, you know, winter here, or he's just so happy to be in a new home. But I got him probably the beginning of December. And a funny thing about these plants is I had one a couple years ago that was really huge, and I had it in a big pot. I killed it like right away, and I wasn't, you know, exactly sure why. I didn't really pay attention to my plants back then, but I'm learning that this plant actually loves humidity and he likes, you know, to be watered often. So I'm, you know, got him on a pebble tray. I'm watering him once a week, and he's actually perking up a lot. So, you know, I'm very, very happy with this little guy here. I mean, he was $2, so come on. And my next plant is this little watermelon peperomia. This guy, he came packaged so well. I ordered him from Amazon. He just arrived so healthy, so well packaged. He had baby leaves on him when he arrived, and he's still putting out baby leaves. I got him probably end of November-ish, and he's doing so well. I mean, I have no complaints. He's easy. I kind of let him dry out a little bit between watering. He's not a succulent, but I water him kind of like a succulent. You know, I let him dry, and then I give him you know, enough water so that he's moist for a couple days. And he's been so happy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep up with that for him. And then next I have the Fiddle Leaf Fig that I showed in the very beginning, comparing to my other Fiddle Leaf. This guy I got from Home Depot. He was $9, and you know, he hasn't had much change. He doesn't have any new growth or anything on him, but he's just kind of chilling. He's, you know, he's settling down for winter. He's not doing anything special. He's just gonna sit here and soak up, you know, whatever light we get. I have no complaints on this guy though. He's just been relaxing. And the next plant that I have here is my rubber tree. This plant actually came from my mom. She gifted this to me, and I believe it might have been around Thanksgiving, or it might have been October. I can't quite remember, but when I got him, he was putting out new leaves. Like every day there was a new leaf. He just now started settling down at the beginning of December. So now he's just kind of chilling. He has these 2 branches that come out here that I'm probably going to tie up in the spring, but they come off of other branches, so they're not coming, you know, out of the ground. They're coming off of another branch. So I was thinking about cutting it and making 2 more plants, but then I thought maybe I'll just tie him up, and that way he can stay one big huge plant. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but right now he's dormant, so I'm just gonna leave him alone, and we'll come back to him in the spring and see what kind of options that we have to preserve this plant without having to cut him. And my next plant I'm going to show you is this Peperomia Ruby. I got this from Lowe's too. He was on the clearance rack for $2, and you may have seen him in another video with my plants, but I'm a little afraid of him. I want to repot him because his soil looks disgusting, but I'm gonna kind of hold off because I heard that repotting plants like this can be really difficult. And just looking at it, you know, with the vines, he's just so, you know, his stems, everything is just so tiny, so I don't want to kill him in the process. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of let him keep growing in what he's growing in. If he gets too big, you know, too full out of this thing, then I'll, you know, try and repot him. But for now, I'm just gonna leave him be. If anything, if I do anything to him before then, because sometimes just having problems like that just get on my nerves, so I just like to take care of him. But if I happen to move him, I'll just take him in his original dirt and put him in a different, a slightly bigger pot, and add some new dirt to him. But yeah, he was only $2, so I mean, completely happy with this guy here. My next plant is this right here, and I think it's called a Calancho or something like that. But I've had him for a while. My sister gave him to me. He's kind of dying back right now, and that's okay. He'll come back and he'll flower again and be all pretty probably around spring. This right here is a succulent. I've had him for a while. I got him, he came in like a grouping of plants that was $2 from Kroger. I got that probably last summer, and he's the only survivor. I'm really bad with succulents, so every day we're just playing it by ear with these guys. And this plant here I got at a discount too. This is an aluminum plant. I got him for, I think he gave him to me for $1. Let me check. Let me pull him out and check, because I haven't repotted anything in a while. I'm kind of short pots right now. So yeah, he gave them to me for $1. He was in with some other dying plants, but he wasn't particularly dying. But I asked the guy, and he said, you know, he would give them to me for $1, which was awesome. So of course I was going to take it. My next plant is another Peperomia. I'm not exactly sure. Let me see if I can find which kind it is. I know it just says Peperomia. And that's the thing I don't like about, you know, these pots or the tags in them. They don't quite give you enough information on a lot of them. So that requires, you know, us to do more research as far as what we're buying, what we're getting. But I knew he was a Peperomia, and I, you know, been having success with the watermelon Peperomia, so I decided to get this guy and treat him kind of the same way. This planter I actually got from the thrift store. He was $1.99, and then I got this one for $1.99 as well, and I put my micans in it. And this guy is actually in dirt in this, so there's nothing I need to do to him besides just let him keep growing. And this is a really, really beautiful velvety plant that, you know, is really surprising, because I hadn't liked these plants, you know, prior to getting this. I hadn't even noticed them, I guess. It wasn't that I didn't like him, it's just he wasn't on my radar. But when I saw him in the stores and I saw these leaves, I just had to take him home. I can't remember how much he was, but I believe he was under $5, because I don't usually pay a ton for my plants unless it's something that, you know, is hard to get in the store. This guy here, this is my, is this the Alocasia? I think it is, yeah. He was actually just a stem on the shelf at Lowe's, so I grabbed him, thought, well, I'll just stick him in water, see what happens. And he's already rooting, and I got him probably beginning of December with some other plants. He came with the Peperomia Ruby and something else. I can't remember exactly what, because I go to Lowe's and save their plants, their clearance plants, a lot. So, but yeah, he's already kind of rooting up. So once he does get stable there, then I'll put him in some dirt to let him keep on going. This is an arrowhead plant. I got this from Myers. He was, I think, like $3. He's always opening up new leaves, and he's a happy little guy, you know, no fuss. You keep him watered weekly, and he just does his thing. This is another Peperomia. Let me see if it tells us what it is. He's not quite in dirt yet. Yeah, he just says house plant, so yeah. But he's another Peperomia. I can't remember exactly which one, but I'm starting to really like this family of plants. And I like the variety, and I like how different they can all look, just like the Calathea family. They all just look so different, and they're so gorgeous. My next plant I'm going to talk about is my peace lily. I've had this one for a long time. He's kind of struggling right now. I put him in new soil. I separated him some, and he's still, you know, just kind of trying to bounce back from that. That was probably about a month and a half ago that I you know, kind of rooted him and put him back together. But we're giving him a chance. He's I've had him for such a long time, so I know he's gonna be fine. And I, you know, back in my days when I wasn't really taking care of my plants, he hung in there with me, you know. And the good thing about these plants is that they let you know when they're thirsty by their leaves, or their leaves will like fold down, and it's pretty obvious. And he used to get like that a lot with me, but now I don't like my plants to get to that point where it's obvious that I haven't watered them or that they need water. So I keep them on a watering schedule of once a week, unless somebody's looking really dry and the soil is super dry. So but anyways, so my next plant, this one is new. I just got this Monstera from Kroger for 17 bucks. Look how huge he is. And he's just like, I just got him like 4 days ago, and he's already like opening up, spreading out. He's getting comfortable. He likes it here. The lighting, I'm thinking, is just right in this office because it gets all day light. Even though it's been so dark here with the winter, it's pretty dark in the mornings now, but like right now in the afternoon, he's got a good amount of light to keep him happy. He had a bunch of leaves that were just kind of broken, and like this here just kind of split, and he, you know, he came like that, and I was surprised to see him at a grocery store. So, which is one of the reasons why I snatched him up, because he was 17 bucks. He was, you know, the only one there. And the week before, I went to a garden center, and they had a plant that was so much smaller in a teeny tiny pot for about the same price. And it was a, you know, a baby Monstera, and I didn't get it, and I had been thinking about it, and I was gonna go back and get that baby plant, but then I came across this, and I'm like, this is a much better deal. I'm gonna stay with this. So that's what I did, and now I have this big beautiful plant, and he is still in his nursery pot, and they have him, he's like in a nursery pot, but then he's also in this kind of plastic pot, which I don't even know if I would call this a pot, but it just kind of looks like a trash can. But anyway, so I have this guy here, and my next plant is this right here. He's a palm. I can't remember which kind. I think it's like a parlor palm, but I've had him for probably about coming on 3 years now. He was part of a package of plants that came from my grandma's funeral, and someone had gifted like a plant basket, and he was in there with, I think, 3 or 4 plants. I still have the other plants here. One of them is a peace lily, which is upstairs in my room right now, and that plant's growing really well. This guy's growing pretty good too. They were all really tiny plants at the time that I got them a few years ago, but I love having them because, you know, it kind of reminds me of my grandma. She loved plants. She loved having them and taking care of them, and now I have a couple plants that remind me of her, so I think that's a really good thing. And this guy here, he was part of the pack of plants that that came from my grandma's funeral. I don't like saying that, but I'll just say like they came from my grandma. So he's part of that. I think, I can't remember exactly what this is called, but if I do, I'll put it in the section below. Yeah, I feel like he's a Dieffenbachia, or a dragon tree, something like that. I'll figure it out. So anyway, this one down here is a silver pothos, and I love this guy so much. He's so cute, and I've had him a lot of my plants. I've gotten them in the last few months, but he's just so cute. He was so flat and like oppressed when I got him, and now he's perking up. He's getting a little longer. His leaves are starting to come out, you know, shoot out of the pot, which is wonderful. He's just, I think he's really happy with his spot. He gets a good amount of light, you know, and I keep him watered, so he's doing pretty good. And he's still in his nursery pot too. I haven't put him you know, in dirt in these pots because I'm not exactly sure if I want to keep him there. I kind of like to have my plants and the colored pot that they're in kind of makes sense. So him with this green and the blue, I'm not so sure on that. I kind of want the pot to accent the plant and make the plant pop. So he's not really popping in this pot. I'll just say that. Anyway, so up here I have a couple prayer plants. This one is a Maranta. He came in a pack of, actually he was 2 plants, and then I separated and made 3 plants. I think I'm gonna put them all 3 together because they're all pretty small. They're kind of struggling. I got these guys from Hertz. They were 99 cents. And I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, but some of the leaves don't move up at night. They kind of just fold down. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but I'm gonna put them all together and hopefully that will help them, you know, be strong together. This one is a Calathea. He's a rattlesnake plant. I got him from Lowe's as well. I found him in a box in the back of the garden center. And the box was like mostly closed. And I know I probably shouldn't be digging in Lowe's boxes, but it said plants on it, so I just opened it and looked in there, and he was there. So I purchased him, and you know, I'm pretty happy with this. My husband even noticed, like, oh, this plant is really cool. You know, he likes it a lot. And I posted this guy on my Instagram too. He's, you know, I think a lot of people really love this with the deep purple leaves on the back, and he goes up at night, which is really cool. Back there's another Maranta, so that's another one of the plants that I want to combine. And up here, this one was actually in the grandma plant too. I had to cut him back because he got really leggy and he was dying, so I cut him back a lot. I gave 2 cuttings away because they were rooted, and so this one's mine, and then I have another piece in a pot that I'm gonna keep as well that I cut all the way back. That the piece in the other pot has like the main roots from the original plant, and this one I cut and have rooted. Let me see, you can see some roots. Yeah, so there's some little roots down there. There we go. So once he gets more established, I'll put him in a cute little planter. This guy up here, he's another Calancho. Sorry, the lighting is really bad. I'm not gonna get him down, but yeah, he's another baby Calancho. He's kind of died back. He's not flowering right now. Hopefully in spring he'll come about. But yeah, that's all the plants I'm gonna go through right now. I have I won't say a bunch more, but in my bathroom upstairs I've got I got a Calathea orbifolia, and I've got my Stromanthe Triostar upstairs, and they're kind of on, like, that's kind of like my ICU right now because I can keep the humidity really high up there and kind of monitor them more than any of my other plants. So I'm just going to give a quick run through of these plants here, and just kind of let you guys see what we went over before. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them down in the comment section. I'm happy to answer any questions. Follow me on Instagram at PlantMeBabyCakes, and I look forward to talking with you guys, and I'm really happy to share this video finally, because you know, my family's getting tired of me always talking about plants, and my husband's like over it, so I like to just bug other people who love plants as well. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a happy new year, and I will do another in the spring. Thank you. Bye bye.